So come to a comfortable seat at the top of your mat, feeling the crown of your head reach up, feeling your shoulders relax down and back, sitting heavy into your sit bones, eyes closed down. Inhaling, taking in all the sensations of the present moment, exhaling out anything that happened before or that will happen after this. Wait for your next inhale. Take a big breath in. Take your arms all the way up. And exhale, shoulders open. Take your legs out in front of you. Feet flexed up, toes pointed straight up towards the sky. Feet about hip-width distance apart. Same with your knees. And then initiating the motion from your hips. Keep your thighs flexed, belly nice and pulled in, shoulders back. Rotate your legs in and out. So the motion's coming from your hips. The toes will move, but it's about your thigh bones, your femurs moving in and out. Try to keep the motion slow, making sure that you're staying upright. Belly pulls in. So there's activity in your upper body to stabilize the motion. In and out. So you want to feel your thighs flexing out or flexing up at the top. And shake it out. Coming into a modified boat pose. Feet are placed on the floor, knees bent about hip-width distance apart. And take some cat-cows with the spine. So inhaling, arching your spine. You can grab onto your knees and then exhaling, letting it roll out. So you're rolling on your pelvis, feeling your entire spine roll, growing your breath back and forth. Let it feel good. Growing your breath a little bit bigger, feeling your spine growing long, and then find a comfortable place up at the top where your crown of your head is reaching up. And then wait for an inhale. Extend your right leg out. Keep that thigh flexed like it was before. Toes and knees are pointed straight up. And then keeping your belly strong, you're just going to raise and lower it just a little bit. Everything else stays nice and steady and strong, so you're not collapsing in your low back. You want to keep that area from rounding, so your low belly is working. Good. And then take it to the other side. So it should feel like a contraction right up at the top part of your hip, the top part of your leg by your hip. Staying conscious of your breath. A couple more. And then shake it on out. Come back to center. Take a couple breaths here. Feel your heart open. And then come to lie on your back. Bringing your knees in, shaking out your hips, giving yourself a little hug. And then hug your knees in. Feel like you're extending your spine so it's uncurling. Your tailbone is uncurling away towards your feet. So your low back is nice and long, just to kind of stretch that out. Good. And then feet come down to the mat. Dig into your heels. Wait for an inhale. Lift up into your fullest expression of a bridge pose. Maybe interlacing your fingers underneath your back, pulling your shoulder blades together and down away from your ears. So you're pressing into your heels, you're lifting up, you're using your low core muscles to keep everything nice and strong. Feet and knees stay at hip-width distance apart. No tension in your neck or in your face. And then you can bring your hands apart so you've got a little bit of room to move. And then starting from the top of your spine, one by one, roll your vertebrae down. And come on up to a stand, however works for you. Easy does it. Mountain pose. Feet are hip-width distance apart. Roll those shoulders back. Palms face forward so your shoulders are open. Make sure your head is right above your shoulders. Wait for a big inhale to take your arms all the way up. Exhale, hinge from the hips. Weight in your heels. Fold all the way in half. Inhale, belly pulls in. Halfway lift. Spine is long. Exhale, fold down, plant your hands, step both feet back, chaturanga, move forward, keep your elbows in as you lower down. Inhale to cobra or upward dog. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in when you're ready. Okay, take a breath in, take your right leg all the way up. Exhale, bend your knee. Opening up your hips so your heel comes towards your butt. Nice big stretch through the whole right side body. Pressing into both hands so your spine stays nice and long. Wait for an inhale. Straighten that leg. Stretch that heel up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach it tall. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose, step it through. Press into both feet, activate your legs. Inhale up, crescent lunge. Exhale, stay here. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, relax into it. And then on your next inhale, reach up and then come forward so your body and arms are in line with your back leg. And then exhale, standing splits. Power up through the left leg. Reach it up and back as you relax your head and upper body down towards the ground. So you're active through both legs. You're reaching, you're extending out through all those muscles. And then keeping your weight in your right heel, slowly lower your left foot down. Inhale, lift up, crescent lunge. Exhale, sweep your arms down. Plant your hands, step your right foot back. Chaturanga, lower down. Inhale, heart lifts. Careful not to collapse in your low back. Exhale, downward dog. Big breath in and out. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, bend your knee, open up your hip. Nice big stretch through the left side. Stay with your breath. Keep your shoulders even towards the floor so you're not twisting up too much through the left. Let it feel good. Staying here as you breathe. And then wait for your next big inhale to straighten that left leg up towards the sky. Square your hips off. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, bend your knees, step it through. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale here. Stay here for a few breaths, growing your breath a little bit bigger, feeling on your inhales how you expand up towards the ceiling, pressing into your feet. On your next exhale, come halfway down, pulling your belly in. Wait for another breath and then come into standing splits. Reaching up through the right leg, feeling your face relax down. And then wait for an inhale. Keep your weight in your left heel. Slowly lower that right leg down. Inhale, big stretch, crescent lunge. Exhale, sweep your arms down. Step back, move forward, chaturanga, lower down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, downward dog. Take a big breath in and out. Inhale, look forward between your hands. Exhale all your air. Step your feet towards the top. Forward fold. Relax. Wait for your next big inhale. Halfway lift. Exhale. Fold down. Inhale to chair pose. Weight in your heels. Hips sit back. Belly pulls in. Arms grow upward. Exhale. Sit your hips just a little bit lower. Inhale. Reach and stretch. Exhale. Take a prayer twist to the right, bringing your right elbow across towards the left knee. Inhaling, stretching out through your spine, keeping your spine long. Make sure your hips stay level so one knee isn't cranking out in front of the other. And then inhale, back to center. Stay here as you exhale. Find your foundation. Inhale, reach, and then exhale, take it to the other side. Again, your hips aren't moving. They're the foundation. They stay steady. All the expansion and contraction is happening in your upper body. Your spine is growing on your inhales. Your twist is opening up on your exhales. Wait for a nice big inhale. Sit your hips back. Come to center. Stay here as you exhale. And then inhale. Reach all the way up. Glute squeeze. Maybe a little back bend if it feels good as you come back to mountain pose. Hands come to heart center. Checking in. Feeling the energy moving down in your body. And then bringing all your weight into your left leg. Inhale your right leg up. You can stay here, or if it feels good, you can reach around with your first and second finger, grabbing onto your big toe. Strong through your standing leg, lift up through your spine. You don't want to be crunching through any part of your body. It's better to do this in steps, making sure your foundation is nice and solid. Stay here, or you can play with extending that leg out in front of you. Again, you don't want to be collapsing in your upper body. Keep your spine nice and long. Shoulders are away from the ears and back. Play with the balance, and then easy does it. Come out the same way you came in, or as best you can. Doesn't matter. Back to mountain pose. Find your foundation. Nice big breaths. And then step by step, take it to the other side, rooting down through your right leg this time. Inhale your left leg up. Stay here, or reach around, grab onto your big toes. If you fall out, by the way, it's great practice for your ego to practice falling out and coming back in, so don't worry about it. You can stay here, or if it feels good, play with straightening that leg. A lot of times one side is different than the other. Be curious about it, not judgmental. It's all good. Stay with your breath. Spine is long. Shoulders are relaxed. Again, if you fall out, no big deal. And then when you're ready, you come out the same way that you came in, step by step. Enjoy the journey. Back to mountain pose. Shake it out a little bit. Find your inhale, lift all the way up, heart towards the sky. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, halfway lift, belly strong, spine long. Exhale, fold down. Step back, move forward, and lower down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Don't get lazy on these, even though we're doing a lot. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pay attention. Inhale, your right leg up. Exhale, bring it across your body towards your left elbow. Inhale, reach it tall. Exhale, take half pigeon on the right hand side, bringing your right foot towards your left wrist, right knee towards your right wrist. You can bring that knee in or your ankle in towards the midline if that feels better. Again, kind of move this pose around so it feels good for you. I like to try and keep my hips pretty level towards the ground with each other, but if it feels good to kind of roll onto the right, that's okay. Find a place where you can feel a stretch, feeling the sensation, but it's not too much. You can still breathe fully. You can still relax into it. You can still allow gravity to support you opening up. Paying attention to how everything else in your body feels around this stretch. So check in. And then stay with your breath as you breathe, as you relax, letting your body gradually open up. And then when your next inhale, come up, back up. Take your left foot up first. Inhale your right leg all the way up, nice and easy. Exhale, crescent lunge. Inhale, take those arms all the way up. Exhale, shift your weight forward, standing splits. Power that left leg up. Stay here as you exhale. Couple breaths. Float those left toes down, weight in your right heel. Wait for a big breath in to carry you all the way up. Press into your feet. Exhale, sweep the arms down. Step back, chaturanga. Inhale, heart lifts, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Relax into it. Wait for a big inhale to take your left leg up. Exhale, bring that knee across your body towards your right arm. Inhale, bring it all the way back up. Big stretch. Exhale, half pigeon on the left-hand side. Again, set it up carefully. And then if it feels good, you can fold down into it. Mindful of your spine. Don't want to totally sink into it all the way here. There's still a little bit of activation to keep your spine long and your belly just engaged with the breath. So on your exhales, you feel a little bit of contraction. Inhaling, relaxing into it. Or expanding into it, rather. Staying present here. Over and over again, like ocean waves, the thoughts will come in and you'll just let them go. Bringing yourself back to the moment, back to your mat, nowhere else to be, nothing else to do. And And slowly preparing to come back up, pressing into your hands, building the foundation into your hands, into your back foot to support yourself as you inhale that left leg up. Exhale, sweep it through. Activate the legs. Easy does it. Crescent lunge. Big breath in. Exhale, shift it forward. Right leg powers up. Standing splits. Relax through the face and the upper body. Staying here for a few breaths. Enjoying the dynamic sort of action. So when you inhale, everything expands and reaches. And on the exhale, everything can soften down. Still strong through that right leg. Flexing those toes, reaching up through the heel. And then bend your left knee. Right toes float back. Inhale, arms lift, crescent lunge. Exhale, circle them down, hands plant on the ground, step it back. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths in, maybe breathing out through the mouth, just letting it all go. Then wait for an inhale, look forward between your hands, exhale all your air, begin to bring your feet to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, hips sink, chair pose. Exhale, sit a little lower. So for this one now, bring all of your weight into your right leg. Gently, keeping your weight in that heel so your knee is protected. Gently bring that left ankle up over that right knee. Keep your hip in line with your knee. It's going to want to kind of step out to the side. Try and keep it like so your tailbone is pointed away from you, back, like directly back behind you and not off towards a diagonal. So you can stay in this figure four, or if you have toe stand in your practice, you can lean forward. Again, this is a step-by-step, so you can stay in the chair, you can lean forward, stay in kind of the forward fold with a little bit of a glute stretch, or you can come all the way into toe stand, pitching forward onto the ball of your feet, or ball of your right foot, with your left leg up on top. And then maybe you can play with the balance. Every day is different. So just see where you're at today. And you never want to push past what your body can naturally do. So it might be better just to stay in a pose where you can really feel a stretch, where you feel solid in your foundation, where you don't need to force anything, and then come on out of it. So coming up into that, either just balancing, or you can take that leg out in front of you. And then come on out. Gracefully or not, doesn't matter. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale to chair. Weight shifts to the other side now. Lift your right leg up. Bring that leg across. So again, you stay here in your balancing figure four chair stretch. If you have the flexibility, you can take it a little bit further. And then maybe you can bend that knee coming into toe stand. So just play with it a little bit. Wherever you are, you're breathing, you're paying attention. The poses just give your mind something to coordinate, something to do, provide a little bit of opportunity to expand. It doesn't really matter how far into the pose you get, and every day is different. Some days you may be able to balance. Some days, like today, you might not be able to balance. Who knows? And then coming out the same way you came in, back to your figure four chair. And then wait for an inhale, pressing into your heel, lift all the way up and out to your balance. Maybe you don't step your foot down. You can stay there, or take that balancing straight leg stretch if that feels good. Again, you're staying with your breath. The more solidity that we build in our lower body, with bringing all that energy through with all the lunges and the opening and everything, the easier it is to really use our lower body for the foundation, and you can balance better over time with practice. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, come back to a seat. however works for you, coming back into that same modified boat pose from the beginning. So you can stay here, making sure your belly stays strong and that your low back isn't arching in, or you can lift your legs up if that feels good. Again, really important not to be rounding through your low belly or your low back. If that's happening, better to take the modified version and not extend those legs up. So you're all warmed up. Those legs may straighten, they may not. And your arms can come out. If boat pose is really hard for you, it's really hard for a lot of people, and it needs like some coordination. Good, and you can come on out of it. It needs like some coordination in your hip flexors. This sequence with kind of the warm-ups that we do for it is a good one to just kind of keep practicing, to build that strength, to build that brain wiring into your hips. Good, and then relax it out. You can stretch your tailbone down, hugging your knees in, so it's a little traction on the low back. Good, and then take your right ankle across to your left knee. Keeping all of that together, you just allow your hips to tip so that right foot comes towards the floor, arms reach out, looking over towards the right. And now on your exhales, you're just feeling everything let go. Just enjoy the stretch, letting gravity support you. Watching your breath smooth out. Exhaling all the tension out of your low back, out of your belly, feeling your belly breaths return so you're not pulling in on those muscles anymore. Good. And then keep your back flat as you come out of it, and then take it to the other side. Left leg comes across, hips twist, and adjust so that way it feels good. Arms reaching out and away from you, palms face down for this one. It opens up the back of your lats a little better that way. But whatever feels good. It's your practice. And breathe here. Keeping your spine nice and long. Remembering that every pose is really just an opportunity to explore your body with your breath in a little bit of a different way. That's what yoga is really all about. It doesn't matter which poses you're doing, how well you're doing them, compared to yesterday or compared to somebody else. It doesn't matter. Just about the breath. Good. Come on out of it. Bring your feet together. Allow your knees to fall out wide. Bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. You can stay here, or if you want to take a final round of bridge pose, feel free to do so, pressing into your heels, bringing those hands behind. You can stay here, or if you want to take full wheel, bring your hands behind you, fingers point towards your toes, and lift all the way up. Mindful of your shoulders, mindful of your low back, let it feel good, and then stay here as long as it's comfortable. Sometimes it's nice just to see if you can do it, and then come back to bridge pose. Over time, you'll build. And then when you're ready, come on out of it. One vertebrae at a time. Coming back to bridge, shaking out the wrists, shaking everything out. And then extend your legs long, palms face up. Shoulders relax down your back. Face relaxes. A couple really big, full, deep breaths in and out. And then just let everything go. Let your breath come back to a natural rhythm. Feeling the earth beneath you. Relaxing everything down.